The State Board of Historic Resources, I was so honored to vote favorably for this historic designation. I think it's important that we venerate and honor and preserve these sacred spaces. If we do not do it, you all, it will not be done, and we then are not leaving anything to our children. And so this work is sacred work. Remembering keeps us whole. Remembering also keeps us connected to the divine. I consider this work to be divine work. Remembering keeps us connected to one another. Remembering maintains our collective memory, honors the sacrifices of generations before us, and helps us also to keep a little piece of ourselves for the future, for generations after us. Hickory Hill was created in a liberated space, consecrated by the sweat and toil of parents and leaders in the community who rejected second-class citizenship of Black children and ensured that this space that we are in would be developed, and that this space we are in will not only educate children, but socialize the community. So in the segregated narrative, when you were educated, you were not only educated the pupil, the entire community then was socialized. I think we're missing that piece today. We should not from the Lord. We recognize the spiritual essence of where we are in Hickory Hill. A hill underscores the future exaltation of God's kingdom and the centrality of His presence. So when you were coming to school, you not only received academic learning, you received moral learning, you received religious instruction, you received lessons in traditions, lessons in your culture, you received lessons in etiquette. You then was connected to the community, and so when you were being educated, it wasn't about the test, it wasn't about the SOL. It wasn't only about the grade. It was about then what you would do when you would then exit that place and go into the community. That was the kind of education that students received, not only at Hickory Hill, but at the other segregated schools, particularly around the Commonwealth of Virginia. Let's ponder the year 1869. In 1869, was affiliated with not only the early landscape of what would become Hickory Hill. It also meant that it was the year that Black men was able to get the right to vote. It was also the same year that Black community leaders gathered with a mission and purpose of providing the Black community with education is to build. That's the response. So don't ever linger in oppression. The response is to build. The response is to create institutions. And that's exactly what our ancestors did. Black community leaders, as Mr. Anderson alluded to in Chesterfield County, supported the partnership of the African American Educational League Association, the Teachers Association, and the goal to create a 4-room school for elementary school-aged children, which was erected in 1915. Now, the other really important piece about Hickory Hill is that as the work and the growth of the school continued, it created a partnership with the Daniel Webster Davis High School, which was the laboratory school connected with Virginia State. Anybody from VSU? Hell State. And how did this partnership happen? Oftentimes we talk about James Preston Spencer, where his wife, Evie Carpenter Spencer, was a professor at Virginia State. Don't miss it. So the proximity then of HBCU Virginia State underscored teacher training and pupil development in surrounding counties. The lab school then placed school-aged children in proximity with college students. We're missing that today. I don't understand that. And this synergy developed and aided then in preparing